What do they say about Russia and Putin on television in Mexico? And also the opinion of ordinary Mexicans about it? I noticed that news about Russia is often shown in Mexico. And recently, in the waiting room of our city, a whole documentary about Vladimir Putin was shown on television, which I immediately noticed. In Mexico, mostly American channels are broadcast, so it was a program on the History Channel, completely in Spanish. I wondered what they were saying about Russia and the president himself. As you might guess, nothing good. The film tells the story of how Putin became president. His childhood in Leningrad, his service in the KGB, and other facts from his biography were described in colors. And later they began to tell how Putin began to turn into a dictator. That there is no real opposition in Russia, and the media in the country is controlled by the state. And that Putin looks like the head of the mafia. A typical American agenda. They did not forget to tell about the main oppositionists. In the end, they concluded that Putin is seeking power by all means. Therefore, he wants to control elections in the United States and even other countries. I immediately had a question: what do the Mexicans themselves think about it? So I was not lazy and found this movie online with comments on it. Many Mexicans do not believe what they say on American television. I quote their comments below: "This is a very one-sided documentary. The truth is that the things Putin is accused of are the same things that many leaders of democratic countries do. They themselves are far from saints and do not follow the real problems of their citizens. They themselves unite with large entrepreneurs and create policies depending on this. For me, whoever wins among them is smarter. And the Lord will protect us." I think it's a gringo-style documentary. Everyone can say what suits him. And everyone has the right to think what they want. A shameful documentary. A rather audacious manipulation, but so poorly done that it causes laughter. I'm disappointed. It turns out that the film wants to say, Russians are demons, and gringos are wingless angels. Donkeys talk about heirs, as always a very bad documentary. Mainly for entertainment purposes and deception. Here they talk about assumptions and keep silent about the crimes that America is committing. There are opposite comments, but there are fewer of them. It's funny to read most of the comments above. These people live in a binary world: if the Yankees are bad, Putin is good. This documentary is right in most of its ideas, regardless of its origin. Putin is half a dictator, and even very cunning. If I had to choose someone's side, then it is obvious to me that the communists are not for me. Because dictatorships and wars are good for them, too. In general, we have such an agenda in Mexico about Russia and Putin himself. They often broadcast news from American TV channels, and Mexicans themselves treat such news with distrust.